Coming up next on This Week in Torrance.
Residents are fighting oral cancer. We'll show you where you can go to get your free screening.
And 2 local health centers held a Wellness Day celebration. And if you missed this event, we'll tell you where you can go to check up on your health.
Then we'll tell you who took home the top honor at this year's Honda All-Star Challenge.
And a new publication launched this week, bringing you up to date on community news that you'll want to know. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Megan Medick.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. The city's 9th police chief was officially named, and at this week's council meeting, many heartfelt words were shared by City Manager Leroy Jackson and Mayor Frank Scotto to welcome aboard this familiar face.
Tonight, Mayor and Council, I'm pleased to introduce my appointee to the position of Police Chief for the City of Torrance, Mark Matsuda.
Mark Matsuda, who recently held the position of interim police chief, received his official badge this week. Matsuda joined the police force in 1987, bringing more than 27 years of law enforcement experience to the job. He quickly moved up the ranks from sergeant to lieutenant to captain and deputy chief. Matsuda also worked on the Torrance Police Department's first gang detail for 3 years, followed by the crime impact team for 5 years, and also became the department's first community lead officer. He most recently served the role as administrative bureau commander since April 2011. Matsuda was chosen from an outstanding selection of internal candidates. The new chief was described to have excellent interpersonal skills, reliable leadership to the department with the ability to serve the Torrance community with the highest standards in public service. Matsuda, a native of the Torrance area, is married and has 3 daughters.
The Northern California bus crash that killed 10 people last week included one man from Torrance and his new fiancée. Michael Lee Mavette worked at the Center for Autism and Related Disorders in Torrance. He was one of 3 chaperones along with 5 students who were tragically killed in the collision. Mavette spent 2 years working with autistic children as a therapist at the center. He was chaperoning a group of 44 Southern California students traveling to his alma mater, Humboldt State, for a free tour of the school campus. Traveling with Mavette was his fiancée, Madison Haywood, who also died in the crash. We stopped by the Center for Autism and Related Disorders to hear from Mavette's colleague.
He worked with kids in their homes, he worked in a couple different school settings, and he was really beloved with all the teams that he worked with from both the parents' perspective and the school teams that he worked with. Everybody really liked him. He was a very positive, likable guy, so he made a really good impression on all of the adults that he worked with as well as the kids that he worked with as well.
A memorial fund was set up by Mavette's family. If you'd like to contribute, visit GoFundMe.com and type in Michael Mavette.
At the recent City Council meeting, members heard an appeal from a helicopter pilot who violated municipal noise regulations at Zamperini Field. The helicopter pilot, Hitchhomi Jenda, has operated JJ Helicopter's flight school since 2003. Jenda said she only violated noise regulations in order to keep 2 other aircraft at a safe distance. However, the helicopter in question has racked up at least 10 violations of the city's noise ordinance in the past 5 years. A letter to the city from Jenda's attorney argued that a city cannot regulate an aircraft in flight that is compliant with federal law and other regulations, even for noise abatement purposes. During this potentially precedent-setting hearing, the City Council decided to charge the helicopter and not the pilot with the violations.
A warm welcome is in order for the Los Angeles Register, a new daily newspaper that launched this week. The paper joins the Orange County Register as part of Freedom Communications' latest expansion in Southern California. Publisher Aaron Kushner said that he is launching the Los Angeles newspaper because it will introduce readers in the nation's 2nd largest city to the Register's style of community-based journalism. A new staff of more than 40 will be based in downtown LA, Hermosa Beach, and the San Fernando Valley. They will join the Los Angeles County-based team already producing the Long Beach Register. The paper will be available at over 5,000 retail locations throughout LA County, including grocery and convenience stores, and on news racks. The paper costs $1.50 on weekdays and $2 on weekends. Home delivery is expected to begin in May.
Assemblyman Almer Tsuchi claimed victory in his attempt to save the Southern California Regional Occupation Center, known as Socal Rock. The Assembly Budget Subcommittee on Education and Finance voted last week to establish career technical education as a priority in California's high schools and to ensure that the funding stream will continue for regional occupational centers and programs beyond the 2014-2015 year. For decades, the Torrance-based center has bused in and educated high school students from all over the South Bay to its campus free of charge. The existence of Socal Rock first came under threat about a year ago when Governor Jerry Brown's proposed school funding overhaul called for eliminating the center's $7 million budget by this past fall. Muratsuchi and Senator Ted Lieu took up the cause, and in May of last year, Brown proposed a 2-year reprieve for Socal Rock, as well as for another similar state entity, the Metropolitan Adult School in San Jose. Now, that reprieve expires in July 2015. Muratsuchi's office also started an online petition to save Socal Rock. It can be found on his website at asmdc.org.
Lots of locals came out to the Cultural Arts Center to check up on their health. The Torrance Family Urgent Care Center, along with South Bay Pain Talks, hosted a Torrance Community Health and Wellness Day. During the event, attendees were offered free health screenings. Screenings ranged from eyes, ears, and nose to dental consultations, blood pressure work, spinal screenings, and much more. Some other perks of attending Health and Wellness Day were the free massages from the South Bay Pain Doc employees, food provided by MyFit Foods, and even a chance to try out flying yoga and meditation from Art Yoga Studio. For more information on this event, call the Torrance Family and Urgent Care Office at 310-997-1796.
El Camino College was recently chosen as the first college in the state to join the Plus 50 Encore Completion Program, a national effort to train 10,000 baby boomers for new jobs in high-demand sectors such as healthcare. The program is sponsored by the American Association of Community Colleges. As part of AACC's Plus 50 program, ECC will offer free computer basics boot camp classes for older adults who enroll in the community education's medical billing and coding or pharmacy technician training programs. These courses will be offered this summer. To learn more, call 310-660-6460.
Torrance's Public Works Department has been working hard to make sure the city has a good water supply. Our reporter Anne-Marie Williams has the full story.
Chuck Scheich has worked for the city for over 30 years and is always looking for ways the city and residents can conserve water.
Water is a renewable resource, but it's a limited resource. And so we're asking our customers on a permanent basis really to reduce their demands.
California has experienced drought conditions for the past several years, but this year marks the worst in the state's recorded history.
Right now on the state water project, all of Southern California is actually going to get a zero allocation for the first time in history. This is something that's never happened and we've actually never anticipated before.
Torrance's current water-saving ordinance has been in place since 2009, but was just raised to a more serious level.
What the City Council did is actually go from a baseline condition to a stage 1 condition to restrict watering on the outside to 3 days per week, as well as to limit watering hours. You can't water between the hours of 9 and 5 p.m.
We have water stored for this year, and we're not going to be having mandatory cutbacks from the Metropolitan Water District, but we're concerned about future years too.
The city is also trying to get more water from local sources and utilize the water they already have.
We are diversifying our sources. Right now, about 80% of our drinking water comes from imported sources from the Metropolitan Water District. And we are diversifying that with more local water resources. Within the next few years, we want to expand that portfolio to 50% or more of local supply.
Torrance is the only city in the South Bay to have a reverse osmosis water machine like the one behind me. The inside of those tubes looks like this, and highly pressurized water is pushed through these membranes where the salt is collected, and then pure water comes out through the center.
It's a reliable source is one, and two, it's cost effective and we can keep our rates down.
We currently use 18 million gallons of potable water per day, and this machine is one of the ways we get local drinking water.
Which currently produces 10% of our supply, It's going to be expanded to produce about 20% within the next few years.
So while the city continues to look for ways to conserve, they hope residents will also do their part to help. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Anne Marie Williams.
Thanks, Anne Marie. For more information on things you can do to conserve water at your home, be sure to visit bewaterwise.com.
The Torrance City Council had a few community matters to discuss this week. A proclamation was read designating April as National Child Abuse Prevention Month here in the city. In an effort to raise awareness of the dangers of child abuse, the Richstone Family Center will hold their 27th annual peer-to-peer walkathon on Saturday, April 26th. The mayor and council also recognized players from Bishop Montgomery's boys basketball team as the 2014 CIF Division IV champions. You can catch replays of this week's council meeting right here on CitiCABLE 3 on Time Warner Cable or Channel 31 on Verizon Fios every Wednesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. and Friday, Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m., 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. You can also watch online at torranceca.gov.
Still ahead, a popular Italian joint is closing its doors. We'll show you the mouth-watering favorites locals will miss.
Plus, Torrance residents are standing up to the California drought. We'll tell you how.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
April is Oral Cancer Awareness Month, and one local dentist is making it easy for you to get checked. Reporter Jacqueline Sarkeesian visits the office to find out more.
Alexander Gosney just got her first oral cancer screening.
I was nervous and a little scared.
Gosney did not want to miss the opportunity when she heard Torrance Dental Arts was offering free screenings in honor of Oral Cancer Awareness Month.
I've never had them before, and I know since oral cancer is on the rise, especially with young people in their 20s like me.
Dr. Steve Sutherland says while smoking, chewing tobacco, and alcohol consumption are the most common risk factors, within the last 5 years, a new leading cause has plagued younger adults.
With the HPV virus, we're starting to see it more in younger generation of people in their 20s and 30s that we never saw before.
Approximately 43,000 Americans are diagnosed with oral cancer every year. It's advised that anyone 18 and over should get screened annually, and they only take 3 to 5 minutes.
About 50% of them that are diagnosed die within 5 years.
Dentists are often the first line of defense against oral cancer. So, it's important to go in for those annual checkups. And at this office, screenings are always included.
We hope, and we've seen so far in the free screenings, that it's actually brought people to the dental office that haven't been to the dental office in years.
Dr. Sutherland also said most dentists will automatically screen for oral cancer with your routine checkup.
I am oral cancer free, so that was good news.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Jacqueline Sarkeesian.
Thanks, Jacqueline. If you're interested in getting a free screening, call Torrance Dental Arts at 310-378-8209 to schedule an appointment.